Welcome to A Plus Health Life channel. We discuss the ways to fulfill your life with more quality and inform you on ways to get to your life goals with less effort. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Does your car matter to women? A lot do, many more than will admit it. It isn't all females either. There are two big reasons which often overlap. They live a consumption lifestyle which is all about branding. These people, men and women, judge themselves and others based on the world they create around them. Taken to an extreme, this is the kind of person who feels naked without a Rolex. They seek security. These are the people who think if you have what you have the means for. Then, there are the rest of the world which is in the minority. We don't care what we drive so long as it does what we need it to do and don't care what anyone else thinks. Depends on the girl, but often it will do the opposite and make the good girls stay away from you. I am unsure if you have a budget and worked a few years, but you will know saving money is a big challenge for 80% of America. Owning a nice car will get you a young woman who is still in school, or does not care about spending a lot of money, but if you want a real woman, like wife material, someone who is willing to live the struggle of life with you. These types of women will be repulsed seeing you, because it shows them your priorities are in the wrong place. A nice car generally means two things. You are wealthy, there is a 5 to 10% chance that is true, or mostly commonly you are a broke-ass dude who spent 80% of your money on a nice car. There are many things you need to do in life. Save for a home, condo, apartment. Get the food on the table, children's savings, entertainment, furniture, further education, clothing, vacations, retirement, investments and much more. If your priority is to own a nice car, you will attract the same type of women who are interested in spending a lot of money, looking vain, social prestige, looking the act but empty on cash, basically, short-term priorities. So, yes it does. But will you get happy with the types of girls? Maybe, once you get her and you realize after a few months, or years, she would make you forever poor, and ruin a lot of the options of having a family life, getting a home, etc. I mean, you can get a normal car, and still have enough money to play with hookers if you seriously need women in your life. A expensive car means higher chance of theft, people assuming things about you, and unwanted attention. It's best to stay low and not let people know you have wealth, or cash. People get jealous and envy very easily in North America. You see it on the news on the haves and have-nots. People always complain about the richer getting richer, and poorer getting poorer, and blame the upper classes for their own poverty. So, if I were you, get a normal car, and invest the rest or at least spend it on other aspects of your life. Perfect time of the year for answering such a question. This the time of year when parents will be making shopping decision that will lay the foundation for car dependency. Car dependency is significantly more complicated than I had originally assumed. In order to accept the yoke of car dependency, certain emotions about the private motor vehicle must be cultivated. In 1968, Disney released a movie called The Love Bug. This was about a car that seemed to have a mind and spirit of its own. It was like a loyal, yet spirited pet. It even had a name, and oh how Americans loved Herbie, the ornery Volkswagen. That movie spawned a generation of car movies which helps children to accept the idea that humans can be affectionate toward their cars. This is the beginning of a process of learning to care so much about what kind of car an individual drives. 2 years ago, my stepdaughter's child wanted a ride-on Minnie Mouse electric toy car. The reason why a 4-year child would want this particular car may be obvious. But this mass-produced product was an express of her individuality. Some part of herself identified with this hunk of plastic. It was clear that this was the beginning of a process of enchantment, for lack of a better word. And as she grows into an adult, her reasons for wanting a particular car may change, but they are based on the original emotions learned as a child. I don't know exactly how this came about, but this is incredibly clever. Parents actually create new, loyal car buyers and gasoline consumer and don't get any share of the profit at all. Car dependency seems to be a kind of financial enslavement, with the side effect of setting up the conditions for poor health choices. It's a double whammy. As for my step-granddaughter, I was granted access and have made the appropriate changes so that these children will know that car dependency is a choice. But better yet, they found that pedaling their bicycles is a lot more fun than sitting on a ride-on toy. People care so much about what kind of car they drive because they learned as a child to see that as an expression of their individuality. Many people seem to care more about what their cars looks like than their own bodies. Under these conditions, it's not likely that they would really care about an additional 1+ billion tons of pollution their cars released into the air we breathe this year alone. And the $300 billion they spent for gasoline this year will not even be missed. These are things that they learn to accept as children. When you buy your child a ride-on toy car, here as a suggested way to teach them that car dependency is a choice. After they get the car, give them an allowance. Now set up a toy gas station. With a little imagination, you can make it out of cardboard and a garden hose. Now take money out of their piggy bank for the gasoline. But give them a tricycle or balance bike and tell them if they use these instead of the ride-on toy car, they can keep all of their allowance. Just like in real life when you use human-powered transportation instead of driving a car. For every car toy there should be a pedal-powered alternative. This is not intended to be mean to anyone, just truthful and generally accurate. Since you are asking, it likely mean you are young and so are the girls you are referring to. So the answer is yes. They are young, therefore vain, and it will matter to most of them. Will it matter enough? That depends. If you are the good-looking school jock that everyone looks up to, you could drive the crappiest car at the school and it wouldn't matter. If you are the school nerd, no car will help. You will have to wait till you are older and richer, and the girls mature a bit, okay, a lot, and they figure out that money and talent are more important to them than other things. If you are somewhat ugly, but rich and normal, funny, and you have a hot car, you can get dates, but don't ever go broke. If you really identify with your high-speed sports car, it can cause you to behave aggressively, especially when driving. This may result in numerous speeding tickets and aggressive driving. On the contrary, driving a luxury car can raise your self-esteem. Being more confident around others and influences you to seek out friends and companions who share your tastes. Keep in mind that the study also suggests younger men are prone to being influenced by their car given they are still in the process of figuring out their identity. Overall, how you act is something that gets judged by others, so it's important to keep in mind that your car could play a small role in this. Choose a car that's right for you. I know, not all of us have the option to drive an expensive car. However, you still can drive something that specifically fits your lifestyle, which in our opinion is a win-win. Keep your vehicle clean. This should be a no-brainer. I see beautiful cars every day that look less than stellar given the condition they are in. This goes for both the exterior and interior of the vehicle. I immediately form an opinion on these drivers, and they usually aren't great ones. Why give off an impression of having no attention to detail or that you lack cleanliness if you can simply wash and tidy up your vehicle? So men, inviting someone into your car for the first time and having it look immaculate will do way more good than harm. It doesn't take much effort to keep your vehicle clean, but it could provide big payoffs in terms of what opinions people form of you. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.